Hello, everyone. My name is Catherine Biroy. I'm CEO and founder of LHM Media and LHM Academia, and I'm so happy and honored to have with me today one of my greatest friends and incredible experts. And I wish her to share her story about her life and about her journey with you because it is so empowering and so inspirational. I welcome Barbara Vercruysse today with me here, and I will read Barbara's bio because it is truly touching, and I wish you guys to hear everything that I have discovered about Barbara. Barbara is a coach, spiritual mentor, thought leader, and public speaker. After facing several challenges in life and surviving the stage 4 cancer at the age of 32, she decided to live her second life at the fullest. So after running a successful six-figure business, construction business, for 18 years, she dedicates herself to her true passion now, guiding people through deep transformation. She supports people around the world in leading a fulfilled life, creating impact and success by living and leading by love. One of her clients is BMW, where she operates as a quality manager and a business coach. She is responsible for screening all business processes and guiding people to perform optimally in their job. Having worked and still working with several coaches and mentors herself, she knows the transformative power of a personal coach. Once you open yourself up to be coached, you begin to receive the same advantages enjoyed by great actors and athletes everywhere. You grow so much stronger and you become more responsible for changing yourself. Empowering people, supporting them in taking their lives to the next level, sharing love, wisdom, and compassion have become her life mission. Barbara is a certified master life coach, business coach, and recently founded her own online school, Barbara's School of Wisdom. She was published in the Huffington Post and wrote the book 7 Most Powerful Techniques to Release Stress. She was selected for the Thought Leader School by Brian McGill and is part of the selection committee of Peace Prize. She has reached millions with her weekly inspirational talks on different social platforms. Barbara, welcome and thank you for being here with me.
Yes, it's an honor and a pleasure to talk to you, Catherine.
I really needed to read everything that I discovered in your bio because I just couldn't decide, which part I should tell and which part not, because it's such a touching story. And I would like you to share a little bit more details with us. So how you decide to become a coach? You had your own business, you were running a successful business, and what happened?
As you mentioned in the bio, at the age of 32, I was diagnosed with the stage 4 skin cancer. I was told that I had no more than 6 months to live. And I had 3 very young children. My youngest was 2 months old. And, when I was in hospital, I had several surgeries. And one of the first nights, I was just, staring at the ceiling. And I was crying a lot. I was thinking, how I missed them. And then I decided to make a switch in my mind. And I was thinking, okay, they are very well where they are now. This is not helpful for me to cry over my babies. This is not helpful for me to start panicking or to start becoming negative. So I took a decision. First of all, I took the decision that I would stay positive no matter what. That I would take care of myself, that was the best thing I could do, and leave the rest to the doctors. And the second thought that I was making, what if it ends right now at 32? Am I happy with the legacy that I'm leaving? And I was not. I was not at all. And that was a kind of a wake-up call. Not everybody has, you could say, I feel blessed now for having had cancer. because I had a wake-up call. Until my 32, I followed the path that you could say everybody follows, the path of what is expected from me, instead of making my own conscious choices. So I went to college, I, met my husband, I married, and I started a similar business as my parents had. Just, following the path without thinking too much, like, what do I want? What does Barbara want? And you could say it was a call from my soul. My soul was waking me up and saying, you have a second, I was promising myself, if I would get through this, I had several surgeries and a year of chemotherapy. I promised to myself, if I get through this, I will leave a legacy. I will make the choices and follow the path that I want. But it's not something that you can do from one day to another. I was running that business, and I could not say just close the doors and say it's over. No, you need a transition, and the transition took almost 13 years until I started struggling in my construction business at the end. And it was just, I know now, it was the universe saying me, Barbara, you have been going on too long with that construction business. It's your time now. Sometimes we have fear, fear that holds us back to make the big changes. So I made a huge change. I closed down my construction business and started a coaching business. I was very blessed to have BMW as one of my first clients, and things start rolling rather quickly. But it was just following who I am. Until then, I have lived the life of someone else until I had cancer. Cancer made me realize that I was allowed to follow my own life, to do the things that I was born for.
This is exactly why I wanted to make this interview with you, because I know you are familiar that I have very similar story, and I deeply can connect with your story from my heart. And I want people to know that actually not following our path and our passion and everything that we are, destined to do is costing us much more than if we really do that. Unfortunately, it looks like we need something to wake us up. And unfortunately, in both our cases, that was very serious illness. So you touched a little bit that, but why you are so passionate about it, about your coaching business? Can you tell us a little bit more about your coaching, what you do, and how you are helping?
You could say that I was born a coach. Since childhood on, it is as if I'm with a person and I hear they start talking to me, I can see their potential. I see the gift. I see the possibilities. I see the beauty and the light within them. Even though they don't believe it themselves yet, I love to, empower people and make them see the possibilities. Make them conscious also of the stories, the belittling stories they are telling themselves. Most of the time, they make themselves smaller to fit in. But just giving them that spirit, you were born to share your gift. You were born to share joy, and really bringing that up in people, see them blossoming. You could say I'm like the gardener and like little flowers who are a little weak, just giving them the right things that they blossom again. And I think to witness that is one of the most beautiful things on earth.
You certainly touch the heart and you certainly touch the mind. And we all have that little voice who is telling us, You can do that, but when we realize our strength and our power and our inner potential and love, which is actually inside of us, and when we have someone like you, for example, to light us that path, that is what I want, people to know. Because when you struggle so much and when you face with such a serious illness like you did, and you overcome that, and you practically wake up and you start living your life again, the strength which you have in you is the strength that it's just blossoming all around, right?
You feel, have that powerful light. You have like some kind of indestructible power that was ignited. And you and I, like we support each other. We have a very supportive community, but not everybody has that. And when you have a coach, at least you have that encourager and supportive person who supports you unconditionally all of the time, because so many people are surrounded with negativity, with people who envy them, with people who want to tear them down, instead of people who support them. And being, like the cheerleader, it's what, like what I love most, you could say.
Yes, and I can feel that when you talk about that, the energy is all around you. It's so positive and so inspiring, and I always love to, talk to you, to watch your videos and all of that, because you truly shine your truth. And that's what's the most, valuable that anyone can offer to the world. And I'm very grateful to you for shining the light to the world. But Barbara, can we really be fulfilled in nowadays life? Like everything is so hectic and we work so much and we balance personal and business life. And can you give us some tips about that?
Absolutely. I strongly believe in daily routines. I strongly believe if we set some very healthy habits, starting your day, that's what I do. When I open my eyes, first of all, I always start the day in gratitude, always. Because when we wake up, a lot of times our mind go in default. When our mind goes in default, we have that to-do list, like we have to do this by, like by 9, I have to be there. I have to do this. And we overwhelm ourselves. Mm-hmm. And when you have to start the day in that mood, you are very vulnerable and you are very fragile for stress, who can attack you. So if you start the day like a reverse, and you start with being grateful, just being grateful, even if it's for the mattress you're laying on, the sun is shining, or it's raining, or just naming things from the heart. Not just naming them just to have your list done, just naming for the heart. Look for new things every day that you're grateful for. And then after that, set an intention for the day. So the intention that I set mostly at the beginning of the day is, whatever comes on my path today, I will deal with it with grace and ease. And it's very powerful when you set an intention, because then I go through the day in a certain lightness. And whatever comes my path, and I have an extremely busy life, married, mom of 3 teenagers, combining several businesses, writing books, teaching, coaching. So my life is very hectic. But when I start my day, when I connect with the peace in myself first, makes me a lot stronger, and I can go through the day more detached. Like I detach from the words and the situations which are coming on my path. Does it work every day? No. But in setting daily habits, I think daily routines that can be very powerful. Journaling, and then at the end of the day, like spend some time in silence, reading, praying, meditating, just to let your mind, we are living in a planet where all our minds are overly active. And the entire planet, there's too much activity. So what we do is just withdraw in ourselves and become peaceful. Because is overworked most of the time, and we are not trained in schools, unfortunately, to train our mind, like the monkey mind. Everybody is in the Western world, especially, we're running around with that monkey mind.
I am so happy and so glad that we talked about these things, because this interview is mainly made for LinkedIn, where there are mostly business people, and I was 100% one of them until I faced my wake-up call, and you were one of them until you faced your wake-up call. And I am so glad that someone so wise and so accomplished, and someone who works with a company like BMW, speak about these things, which I'm also trying to somehow present to people, because everything comes from within us, and all the power and all the strength and all the peace that we can ever find and love comes from within us. And I read somewhere that we actually have like several billion thoughts in a minute, and we are not even aware of that.
No.
So like stopping that monkey mind is you need to train that. And I have one tip, actually. I perceive a mind or a brain as an organ for survival. So in a kind of a hectic situation, I try to breathe in for 7 seconds, because it's physically hard, and breathe out for 7 seconds. So I practically physically stop my brain from thinking all those thoughts, and try to find peace within myself, and try to find a little that spot within me, which will give me new strength or new like a light or power to continue my day. And I believe that we can all do that if we practice that, and if we really make it like a habit, just like you just now described.
It's really a shame that in schools it's not taught more, and that I was thinking lately, like how some people can have all the degrees but still have a very immature mind. They may have even a doctorate and still have not even been taught humanity. They have all the degrees and they cannot master their own mind. They cannot find balance within themselves. So I think that's a huge lack. But if we can be the pioneers, be the pioneers in really stressing how important it is. And I think for our health too, to just, find peace. Like you said, breathe in deeply, breathe from your stomach, and know how important it is for your balance through the day.
I couldn't agree more. I met so many incredible people, and I am just surprised how many of them just don't understand still that everything really comes from within. And I'm working with a lot of clients who are very core business oriented. And my first thing which I say to them is that they need to include love and emotions. And that's like a cold shower when I say that.
Oh.
But yeah, we're all humans, and people like to work with people who they like and who they trust, and with who they can build some kind of foundation. So I believe that we are easily coming back to that roots of humanity. And I would like if you could share with us a secret. What do you think? How we can be happy and self-confident and loving in today's world?
Well, the most important relationship, and I know this is very cliche, but is the relationship with yourself. If you can, just fill yourself with love, knowing that you are enough just for being born. You don't need your company to reach 1 million, though it's nice, having challenges in life is nice. You don't have to have the Bentley or dimension to be someone. We are born worthy, complete, enough. We are just awesome for being human. And all the rest is a bonus. But if you start there, you have a deep love for yourself. There is an unshakable confidence coming from that, because you are no longer dependent from the opinion of someone else. You are no longer dependent of the approval of someone else. You are no longer dependent if you have 5 likes on your post or 500 likes on your post, because you know at a profound level that you are okay, that you are complete. And if you start there, and I know we are so much brainwashed and we are indoctrinated that you have to achieve certain things to be someone, but just reverse that. Like, I am someone without achievements too. And when you start from that powerful place, you are not needy. You don't need the sale. You are sharing your gift. You are offering something for the world. And of course, there is the circle of giving and receiving, and there is an appreciation in money. You know, like, not that I'm working for free, but in radiating, you know, like, the people just come to us. Yes. It's because we have, we radiate that confidence, we radiate like we are on track, we know what we are doing, and we do. Even if it doesn't always make sense for ourselves. And if you and I, we needed at certain moments so much courage.
Yes.
To follow that. Because some people disapproved a lot from you in my close environment. When I started doing videos on Facebook, some people told me like, oh, you are just doing this to get attention from people. And it hurt. Especially when you're starting out, because when you're starting out, you're a little more vulnerable. But then you know, like, surround yourself with people who support you, who believe in your dream, who believe in you, and you believe more and more in yourself. And it's like, it's just like a ball. It starts rolling and it's unstoppable. I know you are unstoppable, and so am I.
We're both unstoppable.
But I think the only possible model for future in business is the model where we support and encourage instead of competing.
Yes.
And it's long term. We are very far from there right now, but I have the vision already. And even if it's only happening after I died, it's the only possible survival for our planet, for humanity. It's to change from a model of competing to a model of supporting. And it doesn't mean like we're doing charity. I don't believe in charity. I believe in empowering people and giving people chances, and then the people take that chance. I don't believe in just, you know, I think you know that saying. So give someone a fish and feed them for a day. Teach someone to fish and feed them for his life. I strongly believe in teaching people to fish, to be self-supportive, and to empower them.
I perceive every one of us as a tree which is grounded with roots to the ground. And what I see that people do, and I would like to talk a little bit with you about that, and I think that's wrong, is they try to make more leaves. But actually, they need to find strength from the ground, deep inside of them, because they are so strong and stable. And like a tree, wind can't move the tree, you know, but we are struggling and pushing for such an unimportant things, instead of going deep inside and finding that something inside of us which really tells us that I am enough. I actually have in my bathroom written on my mirror, I am enough, with my lipstick. That's the first thing I see.
Saying that to myself. I start my day like that. And it's just not only saying, just feeling.
Yes.
I cover myself with a blanket of self-love. And it may sound a little, for some people, maybe woo-woo or far away, but I'm a very business-oriented woman. But still, it brought me more success. It brought me especially more fulfillment. I wake up in joy every day. I'm looking forward to the day that's coming ahead of me. And if we all could, you know, like just have the courage to, what we feel our calling is our calling, just to follow it, even if you're now a corporate leader and you want to become, if your heart is with cooking and you are so afraid of what people are going to say, just imagine if you die tomorrow. Would you regret it, not having chosen to be a cook? It's always having that thought. That's a thought I have every day. What if?
I'm so glad that you were here with me today and that we will share this story and inspire much more people. And I have just one last question. Would you like to share something about your school and about your book, and where can people find you, where and how they can reach out to you, and anything else if you wish to add?
You can always like direct message me on LinkedIn. You can connect with me through LinkedIn. The school will be launched very soon. It's called Barbara School of Wisdom, and the first course that I'm launching is called The Journey. And I have compiled in that course, it's 30 videos, textbook, workbook, gratitude journal, and a daily success planner. You could say I have compiled my 20 years of research, studying, self-development, spirituality, working with dozens of clients, like impacting millions of people with my videos. Just take people on a journey from where they are now, feeling overwhelmed, feeling empty most of the time, feeling like a lack of fulfillment, and take them by the hand through the 30 videos to a life where they wake up with joy, where they find purpose, and it's really a mind shift. It's a complete shift in how you perceive yourself, and where you go from a life where you have lived until now a lot of unconscious choices, where you were not aware of how your beliefs and your conditioning was ruling your life, really raising your awareness in how you can choose your thoughts, in how you can make conscious choices and take the power back on your life and become the master of your life. That's what I'm taking people through in the course.
Wonderful. I can't wait. Wonderful. I mean, each and every one of us need that, whether we are aware of that or not, but that transformative path, and having someone with years of experience and wisdom like yours, and I'm following your videos for a long time, I can only say that everyone just as soon as you launch it, you will let us know, and we will all come to visit and to see what beautiful things you are sharing with us. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone who were with us today. I am so grateful to you too. If you have any questions, just ask Barbara here in the comments, or send her a DM, or find her on her website. And hopefully we will make some other interviews soon again when you launch your school, so we can tell people more about it. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much, Catherine.
Pleasure is all mine.